Hello and welcome to TA for Traders. I'm Nigel Croft and it is Friday the 7th of April. In this video we're looking at 3 US stocks, Caterpillar, Kohls and Constellation Brands, and then finishing off with 2 UK stocks, Ascent Resources and Barclays. So starting with Caterpillar, and you can see that I've drawn these downtrends on the chart, and these are the key levels that we need to watch. We're getting towards the upper boundary, which is good, and we're back above the moving averages, which is good. Also, the RSI is ticking up very nicely, went back above 50 last couple of days, now trading at 58.47, and the MACD down here, that confirms, is flashing a buy signal with the short term going above the longer term. So we just need to break this downtrend. On the longer term on Caterpillar, and you can see the downtrend isn't on here, but you can picture it just above here, and then you can see that we've just gone above the 20-week moving average, and hopefully that will give the push up that's needed for this share to break that downtrend. The RSI is just about to break its own downtrend, which is good. MACD, perhaps a lagging indicator on this one. And quickly looking at the 4-hour chart, and you can see that we've gone above the moving averages. The 20 is just about to cross the 50. Looks like they are both moving upwards, so that's a golden cross, which will be positive. You'll then get them moving up towards this red line, which is the 200 4-hour average, and that is actually going to give the support on any consolidation. And when they all catch up, that should then give the trampoline effect, which hopefully, the trend on here will be up here somewhere that will break that trend. And looking at the support resistance levels, you can see that the resistance is at 98.36, that's the top of that downtrend, then 99.20, with the support at 93.02, which is the 20-day moving average, and then 90.33. Now moving on to Kohls, and again I've drawn what I see as the trends, the trend lines. We're trading in this range here in a downtrend. You can see that the move yesterday took us towards the top, also took us up above the 20-day, but we hit the 50-day. So that's likely to be the key resistance for the short-term 40 spot 2-1. RSI quite good that on the bottom here. Not only was it good that the bottom on that was above the actual cash lows there, but the RSI as well, bottom there at 33.4 and at there 37.6. And is now moving up. You'd hope that if the RSI does go above the level that it reached when the market was here, and this Kohls goes above that resistance at 40.83 and breaks the trend, the momentum will be back in the market. You'll see the MACD turn, and then we could be testing the resistance at the 44 level quite quickly. On the longer term picture, perhaps it doesn't look as good on this, in that we've got this head and shoulder formation, and we are trading down below the right shoulder, so maybe indicative of further downside. So a bit of a contrarian picture between the daily and the weekly, which you do get occasionally in charts. On the 4-hourly, again I've drawn a downtrend. You can see we're touching the upper boundary. We're above the 24-hour and the 54-hour moving averages. RSI's ticked up back above 50, 54.01. There's a chance of a break, but you've got to really think about that weekly charts when you're trading this, and be very careful. Just trade for the short term. Looking at the support resistance levels on Kohls, and the resistance is at the 50-day 40.21, then at 40.76, with the key support seen at 37.21 and 36.54. Moving now on to Constellation Brands, which had a very good move yesterday and left a massive gap, and actually traded above the low of the day, which was very good. RSI ticked up, nearly getting overbought. Probably better looking on this one at the weekly, which gives a completely different picture. You can see that the move that we've had since August 2012, very positive uptrend, which was broken. We're now breaking up and into new high ground. You would expect that trend, the old trend, to come back into play, and really it's looking very positive. RSI positive on this weekly, has been a lot higher, so don't worry about the level of it. 64.93, that could go a lot higher, and the MACD look good. On the 4 hour lane, you can see the break up. Not a lot else to say here. Again, the RSI can go higher, don't worry about that. So overall, on this Constellation Brands, it looks like the breakup will be followed through because of the old trend that we're moving back into, and back into a solid uptrend. Looking at the support resistance levels on Constellation, as I said, there's a very small amount of resistance at 173.55. That's from the previous high back in October. And then the support's at 165.40, and then the 20-day 162.49. Okay, now moving to the UK. Ascent Resources is being talked about in a lot of forums. Here you can see that the shares are perhaps having a reverse on the daily, a reverse head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, shoulder, and if we can break to the upside, that would be a positive picture and would see the shares move up back into this resistance level. It's also positive that the 20-day moving average, which is this yellow line, is now turning, and that we're above the 50-day, and also positive that the 50-day gave the supports at the end of last week and has given the push up to this Ascent Resources now. The RSI is above 50, 58.11, slight incline, so again positive momentum, and again on the MACD you are seeing positive momentum. On the this is the weekly, which doesn't make a lot of sense because obviously this share was a lot higher a few years ago, a couple of years ago, and that's the weekly. Let's concentrate on the recent past, and what you can see from here is that we found support on the 20-week moving average, and that's given the push up, and you can see the resistance levels here 3.476 to 3.5, and you can see the RSI is now broken its downtrend, and the MACD are about to the short term is about to go above the long term, which would be a buy signal. Looking now at the shorter term, and this is the 4 hour, and on this you can see the key resistance levels that we have at this 241 level. You can see the moving averages. The 50s just crossed the 200-day, which is positive, and we've moved back above the 20s. So this is the 24-hour, and that's the 54-hour crossing the 204-hour moving average. So overall, if we can break this resistance, this Ascent Resources would look very positive. And looking at the support resistance levels, resistance 264.8, 3.18, with the supports coming in at the 50-day 2.196 and the 20-day 2.093. Okay, finally moving on to the last share in this video, and that's Barclays. And you can see that it's had a bad week, down for the last 5 days. Bad that also that it traded along the 20 and the 50-day moving average. They could have given a boost up. They didn't. They've given the push down. They're now rolling over. So the medium term is negative. The only thing that you could say is that the RSI is getting towards oversold levels. It's at 33.17, so really won't go much lower. So you may see a short-term bounce. That could take Barclays back above the 220 maybe, where you'd find the resistance coming in from that downtrend in 20-day. That would be a selling opportunity on this chart. The MACD is flashing sell as well as the short term moves below the longer term. On the weekly, you can see this breakdown over the last week, hitting the bottom Bollinger Band. Usually when a share hits the Bollinger Band for the first time, it's a sign that the trend is in that direction, and you would expect it to continue, in that motion. The RSI is down at 49.15, so just dipped below 50, and again the MACD has rolled. So if there was a rally because of the oversold that we see in the daily and we are going to see in the 4-hour, it should be taken as an opportunity to lighten holdings or to take another short position. Looking at the short term, and this is the 4-hour, and as I said, we're oversold. The RSI is down at 31.62, MACD and negative. Perhaps if we did rally from here, you get a non-confirmation on the RSI in that it would bounce from a level higher than the previous low, which could be a slight sign for the bulls. But with these resistance levels coming in at this 24-hour average and the 54-hour average, it would have so much work to do for the rally to be sustained. So likewise on the daily, as I explained there, any rally will soon peter out and should be used as an opportunity to short or to lighten holdings. And looking at the support resistance levels on Barclays, as I said, these moving averages are moving down, therefore giving resistance. 20-day 224.95 and the 50-day 227.84, with the supports 210.5 and 205.9. So that has been TA for Traders on Friday the 7th of April. I hope you found this video of interest. If you did and you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's more videos coming on a regular basis. Please remember that the opinions in the videos are my own opinions. They're for educational purposes only, and in no way are they intended as investment recommendations. Please do read the disclaimer that's coming on the screen. Thank you.